Intermittent fasting is supposed to help you lose weight. So why are thousands of people actually gaining weight from it? And here's the crazy part. Most of them are making one or two mistakes that are completely canceling out the fat burning benefits of fasting. And there's so much misinformation out there that makes you think that fat is just going to start melting off magically when you intermittent fast. But that's only true if you avoid these common mistakes. In today's video, I'm going to show you the 6 biggest fasting mistakes, but don't miss mistake number 4 because it's probably the one that's sabotaging your results without you even knowing it. So let's go ahead and dive in. But before we do, I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski. Thanks for hanging out with me in another video today. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. Now, the first big fasting mistake is going to be around stress. Intermittent fasting imposes a healthy physiological stress on your body. This is called a hormetic stressor. Combine this stress with the real life stress, like stress from exercise, financial stress, family stress, work stress, and even too little sleep, and now you are overwhelming your body. When you overwhelm your body with stress, something bad's going to happen. You're going to start to release a lot of cortisol in a chronic fashion. And when you look at cortisol and this being released every day at a high level, it's going to have a cascading impact on your health. You're going to start to have poor sleep. You're going to start having muscle breakdown. You're going to start having more cravings. It's even going to block insulin and increase your blood sugar. So we want to make sure that we're managing stress during this time, because if we have too much lifestyle stress and then we combined it with what should be a healthy stressor in our body, well, then your body just becomes overwhelmed. And then you're going to exhaust your adrenals. And when you have adrenal exhaustion, you're going to have hormone disruption in your body. So what can we do to overcome this high amount of stress maybe that we're encountering as we're trying to improve our health? Well, there's a few things we can do. And it ultimately comes down to, we are all going to face stress every day, but how can we help our bodies adapt to this stress much better? First thing we can do is take some B vitamins. This is going to be helpful. And also we can utilize adaptogenic herbs. We can also look to things such as mindful meditation, help calm our mind and also help our bodies relax. Okay, these concepts here are going to help you lower your cortisol and also reduce stress so that the healthy stressors such as exercise or fasting actually become a positive and impactful thing on your health, but not something that becomes negative. Now, here's what's really interesting. This next mistake is something almost everyone does for the first time that they eat each day, and it can undo the entire morning of fasting. And this is all circled around breaking your fast. Now, you may have made it 16 hours, maybe even 20 hours, and then you want to reward yourself. And unfortunately, the reward tends to be things that aren't too healthy. Things such as toast, protein bars, or something that's loaded with sugar. And that's exactly backwards from what we want to accomplish. You know, when you're fasting, you may have more cravings. You may want sugar. You may want carbohydrates because your body could fall into this hypoglycemic state. But the key here is not to fall into that trap and go towards the processed foods, the carbohydrates, or even the very high in sugar foods. What we want to do is we want to make sure that we're eating foods that is not going to start to create metabolic instability for us. When you start creating metabolic instability and trying to fast at the same time, it literally is so counterproductive and makes your life miserable. So here's what we actually want to do. We want to make sure that we break our fast with fats and proteins. We also want to make sure when we are breaking our fast with these fats and proteins, we eat slowly, because this will actually give our body the opportunity to signal to the brain when we're full. If we eat too quickly, we end up overeating and eating too many calories. The fats, the proteins, they help us eat fewer calories throughout the day so that we feel full and satiated. Eating slowly also helps us not only appreciate our food, but it'll also help us eat less throughout the day. But even if you're eating perfectly, there's another mistake that actually is slowing your metabolism down. And this one actually surprises most because, too much of a good thing isn't always a good thing. And that is too much fasting. More isn't always better when it comes to fasting. In fact, I've seen some people completely stall their metabolisms because they thought that fasting more and fasting longer meant losing more fat. First, it starts with 16 and 8, and then OMAD, and then 24-hour fast, and then sometimes we think that fasting more is always better. Fasting should never be used as an excessive calorie restriction method. It actually can damage your metabolism over time. It'll actually cause your metabolism to plateau. And as a result of that, you won't get any results. When we look at people who are in shows like The Biggest Loser, one of the things that they did is that they cut their calories so little that they ultimately damaged their metabolism to where when they were consuming just over 600 to 800 calories a day, they were actually starting to gain weight. You can damage your metabolism, and it's important to realize that when fasting is not a calorie restrictive technique. Naturally, we will restrict calories when fasting, but we are not trying to restrict our calories to a point of where we are damaging our metabolism. So ultimately, when we're fasting, it's not a starvation technique. We're still supposed to be consuming the right amount of calories every day. However, the fast allows our body to drop the sugar levels, the insulin levels, and really get into that beneficial fasting state. And at the same time, we're supposed to be giving our body micronutrient-dense foods and the proper amount of calories needed in order to stay healthy. Now, this next mistake is probably the most common that I see online. And unfortunately, it's being taught by some of the biggest fasting influencers. And that is that when you are fasting, you are accidentally breaking your fast. And I know that there's a lot of companies out there that work really hard to try to convince you that their product is not going to break your fast. But ultimately, when you're putting things like butter in your coffee, MCT oil in your coffee, collagen, you're using creamers and sweeteners and supplements, what you're going to find is that you actually are disrupting your fasting results. People tell themselves they're fasting, but physiologically, you're not. And at best, you can refer to this as dirty fasting, but adding in calories while you are fasting is not going to offer you the best results. So if you want the simplest rule, during your fasting window, drink water. Drink electrolytes. You can drink some things like black coffee. And while you're doing this, you want to make sure that those things are not breaking your fast. So for instance, having a coffee with cream and sweeteners in it is going to break your fast. Having electrolytes that's full of a bunch of fillers and maltodextrins and many other things, you're going to find that that actually breaks your fast. So we want to make sure that we're following a good quality fast, and you can utilize specific fasting electrolytes. And what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description below to quality fasting electrolytes that I approve of and use all the time myself. So when fasting, if you want to get the best results, we have to stay away from consuming calories during the fast because it's going to block our results and stop us from burning fat like we wish that we could. But let's assume that you avoided all of those mistakes. There is still one reason your weight loss can completely stop, and that's called plateauing, okay? Your body adapts. That's what it is designed to do. If you go to the gym every day and you do the exact same workout, eventually that workout is no longer effective. In fact, you might even say that that workout no longer offers you any results and is a waste of time. Changing your fasting routine is important as well. Otherwise, you will plateau. What I recommend is that you do 16-8 one day, OMAD one day. You have no fasting day. And then you switch between these methods throughout the week. And then maybe you even throw in a 24-hour fast one day a week like I do. And then you have no fasting days. On the weekend, for me, that is a no fasting day. So I'll switch between 16-8, one meal a day. I'll throw in a 24-hour fast. But then on the weekends, I like to eat breakfast with my family. It also trains my body to know that there's food available. We're not starving. We're going to change things up. And I will tell you that the people who get the best results are people who constantly change the way that they're fasting. I refer to this method as metabolic confusion. Just as you go to the gym and you do different forms of workout in order to constantly train your muscles to be better, you actually want to train your metabolism to be better by switching up your fasting method and not plateauing it. Now, this next mistake that we're going to talk about seems incredibly simple, but is one of the fastest ways to ruin your results. And that is dehydrating yourself, okay? What if I told you that what you think is hunger is often dehydration? Many people think while fasting they're ravenous for food. Well, it's just that you're looking for water because it's very simple. As somebody who has fasted for over 10 years, to find yourself in a position where you didn't eat, so you didn't drink any water. And as a result of that, you think that you're really hungry. You think that you're getting a headache and not feeling well because you're hungry. And it's simply just because you need some water. But here's the thing that's important important to understand. It's not just about adding in water. It's also making sure that you're getting plenty of electrolytes. If you're not drinking enough water, you're going to feel hunger. If you're not getting enough electrolytes, you're going to have low energy and headaches. And then you'll also find that you're going to have more water retention. If you're not drinking enough water, your body will start to retain water. We want our bodies to flush out stuff during this time. So drink more water so that you have less water retention. We also want our bodies to detox. Drink more water. It helps our bodies with detoxification. It helps our bodies with fat metabolism. So here's the thing. If you avoid these common mistakes, I promise you that you'll get better results intermittent fasting than you've ever gotten before. I see it all the time in my clinic where people are intermittent fasting, they can't lose weight, they're very frustrated. But it is these core mistakes that I see my patients fumble with time and time again. If you avoid these mistakes, you will get the best intermittent fasting results and you will lose weight effectively. I'm Dr. Nick Zyrowski, and if you love this video, you're going to love this one next.